Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. I just want to give a big shout out to Gary at Welcome Estates and his www.boxersinneed.com scheme that he's got going. There's the badge. Can't really see much on here. A bit too bright, you know. Let's get this light turned off. I'm just waiting for Jerry to log on. Women love him, men want to be him. I spoke to him earlier. He's having a shave. For those of you who are interested in other sports, we have a sister channel, Pokers International, YouTube, where we cover other sports. So Jerry should be here in a second. Shouldn't be too long. Don't know where he is, but let's just give him a quick text. Where's Jerry? Jerry. Go on, Jerry, I'm on, mate. Cheers. So, well, a busy day. So, it is what it is, isn't it? I wonder what Jerry's up to. Must be having a long shave. He'll be in a second. For those of you who've been asking where Kent is, he's working 70 hours a week, Kent. For those, you won't mind me saying this, but Kent's dad passed away when he was a young kid, and I think he's mentioned this before on the channel. And he looks after his mum, and I admire that. And you know, he's having to put some work in, working a couple of jobs. I think he might be 2 or 3 jobs, just to look after his mum and pay bills and all that. So, Kent, you're welcome on any time. Your opinions always welcome on here. I like Kent. Richard likes Kent. Julian, a very popular kid, loves his boxing, and he's an ex-fighter. And I fancy my chances, but in most things in life. But if I had a boxing match with Kent, I think he'd box my head off. He's a lot lighter than me, and he's a marathon runner. So, Kent, I hope you're well. I'm sorry that you're doing 70-hour shifts. It's tough times out there for everybody, isn't it? I was speaking to somebody I know today. They were going shopping, and everything's so dear, isn't it? Here's Jerry. Should we give Jerry loads of stick today, or should we be nice to him? How you doing, Jerry?
I'm all right, mate. Sorry about that. Kept clicking on the wrong link.
You all right?
Yes, mate. How are you?
But Jerry, I've seen you earlier. You're having a shave. What? You still got all that Terry McDermott thing on under your nose. What's going on there?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
What you got there, mate?
I thought you were going to say you missed a bit.
You missed a bit. You missed a lot. You know that thing that goes right back of your head, Jerry?
All right, sorry.
It's bobbing off, doesn't it? You're not Axl Rose. And you must it now. You keep it as you are, Jerry. We love you. How are you? You all right?
I'm all right. How's the move going?
Get your kitchen done.
Still have a bit to do.
Talk to me about it. I'm living in muck here. Jerry, Kent's not been on for a bit. He's working long hours, but we hope to have him back soon.
Fingers crossed.
Did you get a chance to see my video with Terry Chapman this morning?
Yep. Quite a shock.
Well, that's the word doing the rounds. If it's not, Eddie Hills, you're more than welcome. You and your old man from the Matchroom mob. Sue me. Well, I say sue. Nobody's sued me yet. Nobody's sued me. I've got all my lives. So we don't speak nonsense on here. We don't say allegedly, like a lot of people. We say it as we see it. Joe Cordina, I think, has been shafted. Whether he fights Stevenson or not, I don't know. I agree with Terry that he's not going to get 650 anywhere else, is he?
Probably not.
But if the and Eddie's obviously trying to negotiate a lot more money for himself behind the scenes. I don't agree with that, but it's been going on for 100 years in boxing, so it's no that hasn't been going on. It's just when you hear about it, which is rare, it's not good, is it?
No, because you put things in perspective,
Yeah.
and you kind of think that's all they're giving to the guy who's going into the ring and putting his life on the line for entertainment.
Yeah.
And these guys, running the business can just sort of, take as much as they want, because they know what's really being offered. And, they don't need to give all the information to the fighter. And as Terry was sort of saying earlier, it's up to the fighter to ask questions, because, if you don't ask and you just go, oh, 650 sounds good to me, you need to I think it's probably just ignored, because fighters want to get on with the sport. They're not business minded so much like that. Some guys are a bit more savvy, when it comes to things like that. But yourself, it's easy to just ignore that sort of information and just, hope you're not getting ripped off, and hope that you're getting a good deal.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. In my own personal opinion, looking at it from both sides, I know why he's done it. Cordina's on the slide. We both agree on that, don't we, Jerry? Eddie's probably got investment in him, and he's looking to pull that investment back out. They know what they've got invested in each individual fighter. They know. Some fighters, they make money off, some they don't. Now, Cordina's not a big ticket seller, but they've had to pay him decent money over years because he's an Olympian and he ended up winning a world championship, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's done it to take money back, to get his investment back. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for a while, Eddie Hearn, Hills, you couldn't shut him up about talking about Joe Cordina, and it was like clear he was going to, give him a push and try and maximize his potential. But I think the banana skin happened in Cordina's last fight with Kakachi, and even though I was obviously quite glad to see somebody else from Belfast doing well and boxing and becoming a new world champion, I think for Cordina that was a banana skin, like, and from Hearn's perspective, he's gonna it's not living up to expectation. So what makes business sense for him? Cash him out.
Well, Eddie's looked at it and thought, if you're losing to him, you're not going to do no. So I'm going to get you another shot against the main guy. It's a little bit similar to when Carl Froch lost to Andre Ward. Everybody said he were finished, didn't they? The experts, the so-called know-alls. Eddie Hills were a bit wet behind ears at the time. And he got Carl Froch the Butte fight, but he got a 2-fight deal. So Eddie had still had 2 more paydays off for Carl, even though he didn't have Carl from the beginning of his career, like everybody else who takes to a world title. He don't have him from the beginning. He lets other promoters do the heavy lifting. Mick Hennessy did all the heavy lifting with Carl Froch, same as Mick Hennessy did all the heavy lifting with Tyson Fury and Darren Barker, people like that. And Eddie hooked him. That's all he does. Who has he took to a world title from debut other than Team GB boys? Callum Smith. He didn't even get Callum Smith the world title, did he, really? Joe Gallagher got him in that tournament, didn't he? Yeah, he got Joshua belt, didn't he? I don't count the Katie Taylor one because there were only like so many people in her division. I'm on about men who were not from Team GB or the Olympic team. How many has he really took to a world title from debut? How many? Can you name any?
None. None.
His dad took Herbie Hyde to a world title, and nobody even counted the WBO in the mid-90s as an heavyweight belt. That's the bottom line. So where are these superstars that Matchroom had from debut? They don't invest in fighters. They never have done. When do they win purse bids? When?
Never.
They never win purse. Well, they won 11 purse bids in 37 years, 38 years, whatever. Then going on this since December 86. Where are these purse bids? They don't invest in fighters. They don't. And what he's done, he's looked at, I think, he looked at Cordina, thought you're done. He looked at Carl Froch and says, you're done, Carl. Back. I'm going to give you a 2-fight deal against Bute. Froch wrote Bute off. Eddie got that excited. He emptied the loading ring, didn't he, before the fight was even waved off. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. That's the truth. There's no ifs or buts about it. They were sending Carl Froch to the slaughterhouse against Bute. 13-0, pound for pound, 24 on Button Moon against the Southpaw. He was going to the slaughterhouse. Bute was considered the man in the division. Everybody knows it. The winner at Super 6 were going to fight Bute because he's had 10 defences. Froch got to the final, lost against Ward. Ward didn't want Bute. We'll put Froch in against Bute, take him to meat market. That's the bottom line. Froch ripped up the script, didn't he? Ripped the belt from him, put him on Button Moon. That's what happened. And the same will happen with Cordina. But if Cordina wins, Eddie will probably do the same thing, but I don't think he's good enough to beat that Stevenson. Everybody in boxing industry knows that. If he does, Eddie will say it's a masterstroke, but it ain't really a masterstroke. They're serving the kid up. Oh, he's going to get paid 650 grand if he takes the fight now. But look at it like I do. He's got nowhere to go, so he'll have to take the fight. But he should have really got 1.2 million, shouldn't it? And Eddie should have took 180 grand commission off it. Sims should have took their 35% of 1.2 million, which is 380 grand. So 380 and Eddie's 180. There should have been 3, 4, 560 took out that. Then he's got his American tax and UK tax and all expenses and training costs. He'll have been lucky to come out of that with 500 grand, that kid. Now what's he going to come out with? About 250 grand after everything. So he's going to fight Stevenson, get knocked about for 250 grand, and you've got Eddie Hills there. He's probably a tax exile, isn't he? Because he's hardly in country, is he? Well, is he? I don't know, but listen, it's a dirty, shady, horrible business. And Eddie Hills, you're a wrong un. Don't be a wrong un. That's how I feel. I feel strongly about it. I feel strongly about fighters getting messed about. Me and Dennis used to be at it all the time. I don't like it like that, me. Promoters are not in ring. They're not in that ring taking them blows. I used to, didn't I, Dennis? I used to have this with you all the time. Clinton did well for you, Dennis. I always used to say, yeah, but I did well for him. Who got him there? You know what I mean? Clinton Woods were in the ring taking the blows. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's an horrible, horrible sport. It puts me right off it. This is why there's going to be about 15 videos out in the space of about 4 days on Porky's Corner. I'm just fed up, mate. I think it's time to just up the ante. And then I might just get it all out of my system and then go be a nice guy about boxing. Because it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, Jerry. What do you think?
100%. 100%. I mean, you can't really put a price that's worthy on, you know, every time somebody steps in the ring, they're risking their health. And then, you know, it's always the guy in the suits, you know, the suits that are making the top dollar. And only the really, really clever ones, like, and the really kind of savvy ones make, you know, make millions. But not every fighter has got that kind of mentality, and don't always make the best choices. Don't always have the best people by their side giving them the best advice. So they don't do so well, or they don't do as good as they should. Yeah. And I mean, the whole sport, the whole, like, you know, like, not the ethos, like, but the whole kind of way it works is always the fat cats get the lion's share. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, it's not like football. The footballers are the guys involved in the actual playing of the sport, the participating. They get the money, they get the top money. Whereas in boxing, it doesn't seem to be that way, although there's more justification for boxers to get more of the money because they are the people getting punched in the face and getting punched in the body all night long. Do you know what I mean? So why do boxers not get the lion's share of the money that is being paid out whenever they're fighting?
Well, boxing is the only sport where the rats, right? The rats, they're the promoters, right? And you've got lions, they're the fighters. It's the only sport where the lions are scared of the rats because the rats are paying the money out and the lions are not going to get fed if it ain't for the rats. Because promoters, in my opinion, are rats. A lot of them rats. They're all born rats and they grow up to be rats. Just my opinion, mate, on it. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm not a Cordina fan. And it's no good for spilt milk because it's not so long ago, he'd probably give Eddie a reach around. And Eddie'd have been like, this is my new best friend. Look, once your shelf life's gone, it's over. Yeah. Look at the Cobra. You know, he don't even get, Eddie hasn't got time of day for him because he's not fighting for him. We don't work on the zone. Do you know what I mean? So he's no good to him, is he? That's the bottom line. You mind all that? Me and Cole are close. He's a very personal friend of mine. Yeah, because he's spilling his guts in ring for you, you wrong end. You know what I mean? Absolute wrong end. So I'm spitting tonight, aren't I, Jerry? I'm on fire.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
I'm not as on fire as I were overnight when Andy were down in some of that 50% Smirnoff up there in, well, he's not from Aberdeen, from Perth. And I were down here and somebody gave me a bottle of it and I finished, not a big booze on me, I finished about that much off in bottom. I was steaming drunk and that'll be out any time that you, in fact, there's a bit of a backlog, but people have probably seen that one, the three-parter I did be out Andy, the first three-parter I've done in ages. I just went for it, mate. Sometimes you just got to say what you think, and I don't know, mate. I just went for it, and it is what it is. I just want it all to be a fair and a level playing field, but we're not getting that, are we? We're getting favouritism. It's like, you know, the media at the moment. It's a bit of a joke, really. We've got Jack Masses fighting Opetia, who's in everybody's top 15 pound for pound list. Now, Joe Gallagher's had 2 world champions this year. He's got a European champion, a Commonwealth champion. Nobody's talking about it, are they? Nobody's talking about it. Why is that? Now, we're all talking about the Sims gym, but nobody's mentioning. We're talking about the drug issues and what's been going on with Cordina and that. I don't see anybody putting it on Tony Sims or Eddie Hills about what's going on in that gym. I mean, has Crusher Ben left them? He's not fighting, is he? What's going on there? But we do know Cordina and them have parted. Now, people are saying that he's gone to Ben Davidson, Lee Wiley and Barry Smith. Now, they're the red hot gym at the moment. Every gym has a red hot period, doesn't it? Ingle Gym, Joe Gallagher's gym. Joe's on his second run, probably third run, actually, of a good run. Pat Barrett's gym's had a good gym. Every gym has a good run. Grant Smith's gym's having a good run. So Ben Davidson's gym, the saying's having a good run. So we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see, but the word is that they've done one. And you know what? I'm glad, because who's looking out for Joe Cordina? Is he managed by Charlie Sims, Tony's son? I mean, it's all a bit of a conflict of interest, isn't it? A bit like Don King and Carl King. And it's because of them that they brought the Muhammad Ali Act out. Do you remember?
No, explain to me what that is.
You couldn't promote and be a manager. So what Don King did, he found a way around it, didn't he? And it all come on top, didn't it? That's why they brought the Muhammad Ali Act. Don King were basically controlling the show, wasn't it, with heavyweights for years, wasn't he, in 80s. And Carl King was just an extension of him, wasn't he, really? Now, and that's what we've got here. We've got Matchroom with that Sims gym. If you sign with Matchroom, they go, be trained by Tony Sims. So, okay. keep Eddie happy. Yeah, you're going to be managed by Charlie Sims, isn't that right? Charlie Sims, the man that advised Conor Benn, aka Christian Benn. These people have never had a fight in their lives. Charlie Sims, you've never had a fight in your life. You're a punt, an absolute punt. That's the bottom line. But nobody's saying a word, are they? Nobody's saying a word. They're taking 35% off Cordina. And Eddie's taking 15% off the dough he's giving him after he's already skimmed the skim. It's like that program, isn't it? With Casino, isn't it? With Robert De Niro. With that guy, what's he called? Gadgets. Them old boys sitting back up and going, so you mean to tell me that these guys are skimming the skim that skims the skim? You see where I'm coming from? Punsers! Yeah. Punsers! Coogan, why are you not putting it on these? Why, Coogan? Why is Puppy Parsons, that little cabbage patch gerbil, why is he not putting it on these people? Hey? Walking out, he looks like Quasi, doesn't he, him? Hey, Mr. Modo, why are you not putting it on these, Mr. Stomping Ground? Hey, get it put on them. Get it put on them about Crusher Ben's B samples. 2 of them gone missing. Put it on them about if Dylan White's serving a silent man, because everybody says he is. Derek Chisora's running around like an headless chicken saying, have you heard how he talks, him? Derek Chisora. You know, sounds like Rocky, doesn't it, Balboa? Hey, absolutely. None of them are saying a word. Dave Allen, you've plenty to say on YouTube, on your YouTube channel. All you're doing is boring us about people that have knocked you about in sparring. You're telling the stories we've heard 100 times. You're boring. Why don't you come out and say a bit about this lot, this shower? Because you want to get back in mix, don't you? So nobody's going to say a word. Like I said, the Lions, it's the only sport where the Lions are scared of the rats. Well, it is, isn't it? Are you telling me the White Rhino couldn't knock Eddie Hearn on out cold or put him on button moon? You think, if that were my lad, right, if my lad could fight and they'd done that to my lad, put him in with Lewis Ortiz, an 11-fight novice who'd had 10 fights in amateur. So I was looking at a kid that's had 21 fights in his total life, going up against a 2-time Olympian, WBA interim world champion southpaw from Cuba, Lewis Ortiz, the #1 ranked mandatory guy. They put Dave Allen in there with him. Do you know Dave Allen lived at the back of me? Do his tongue. It was like that. Opened up like all upside. If that were my lad, I'd want to smash hell at that promoter. But it's Dave Allen's fault, isn't it? You think Dave Allen don't want to punch Eddie Hearn's face in when he don't return his calls? Of course he does. But you're not going to say it, are you? They're not in a position like Carl Froch, are they, where they can put it on these people? Because they don't want to go out there and get a job, do they? If they were men, they'd say, do you know what? This isn't for me, this boxing. Look, I've been trapped. Go get a job. Because half of them don't want to train, do they? They just want to punch a living. So I agree with Terry Chappendama to a certain extent. Boxers are their own worst enemies, aren't they, really? You've got to, all you boxers out there, listen to this and listen good. Give yourself the best opportunity to do well as boxers. Give yourself that best opportunity. Look in that mirror every night after a training session. You're training all day and say, did I give it 100% today? And if you didn't, you're not a boxer. Go box eggs at a warehouse. You know what I mean? Harsh words, but they're getting punched in the head. That's how I look at it. Do you want to go into part 2, Jerry?
No worries, mate. Thanks
for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. We'll see you on part 2. Don't forget Porky's International. YouTube, that's our sister channel. And don't forget www.boxersinneed.com. All right, I think we're going to have to get in close for part 2. Pop, pop, bang.